Weight loss is one of the primary motivators for many people that start an intermittent fasting diet. Perhaps you're finding that you're not shedding as many pounds as you'd hope for though. Maybe you started off losing weight, but now you've hit a nasty plateau. Don't worry, neither situation is all that unusual. Having already examined how to lose weight on an intermittent fasting diet, today is time to troubleshoot a few things that could be going wrong that maybe have caused this fasting plateau. So today's video, we're gonna go over the potential reasons that you've stopped or you're not losing weight at all on an intermittent fasting diet. So first off, how much weight can you expect to lose on an intermittent fasting diet? Of course, it can differ dramatically from person to person. I would love to promise that you'll definitely lose all the weight that you want, but I don't make hollow promises. From my intermittent fasting programs, I've seen firsthand the amount of weight lost that can vary from person to person. I've had people lose 7 pounds in 1 week. I've had people gain 2 pounds in 1 week, but then after 21 days, they've actually lost more than the person that lost 7 pounds in 1 week. In general, you can expect to lose a few pounds in the first 2 weeks. While this is mostly water weight, there can be some fat loss as well. Not to mention during the first week or two, we're focusing on getting rid of the inflammation that's preventing you from losing weight. Eating poorly, doing too little exercise for years can often be reversed, but it's not going to happen overnight. If you keep your expectations realistic, the fasting diet can be highly effective for gradual and consistent weight loss through meaningful change rather than starvation or giving up large food groups. And let's face it, that's the most healthy and sustainable way to lose weight and to keep it off. How about if that's just not happening for you though? So why aren't you losing weight on intermittent fasting? One of the main benefits of intermittent fasting is weight loss, and particularly fat loss. So if you're not losing weight, then it can be seriously frustrating. If you're watching this right now, then you probably fall into one of the two camps. You're failing to lose any weight at all, or you're experiencing a weight loss plateau. And who hasn't experienced one of those? So number one, you've experienced no initial weight loss. If you switch to intermittent fasting without noticing any weight loss whatsoever, if so, that can be super frustrating. Strictly recording your macros, particularly your carb count, can usually remedy this. If that doesn't work, then the other reasons is what is causing you problems, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. And the big other one is number two, you're experiencing a weight loss plateau. If you're tracking your macros and following the diet, but no longer losing weight after initially dropping a few pounds, if so, then you're gonna wanna watch this video and we'll talk about what is potentially causing these plateaus. So now it's time to explore the common causes of underwhelming weight loss so you can readily identify any areas you can improve. The first reason that you could stop losing weight or not losing weight at all on intermittent fasting is too many carbs. Dialing back on the carbs is one of the fundamental elements on intermittent fasting. It's all too easy to find carbs sneaking back in. This happens even with foods on intermittent fasting approved lists, so don't be too hard on yourself. Watch out for carbs in drinks like coconut milk, almond milk, or kombucha. Many health drinks come laden with sugar, so keep your eye firmly on the label. Vegetables like cabbage and cauliflower, broccoli and sprouts contain carbs that can add up over the course of a day if you're not careful. Monitor your fruit intake as well, since the sugar content can lead to weight gain. Spices might pep up your meal, but garlic powder and onion powder contain carbs, so exercise a light touch in these. And I understand I'm talking about cruciferous vegetables and spices, but sometimes you need to dial back even on things that you would consider healthy to kickstart the weight loss again, and then you can introduce those back in. You want to incorporate more healthy fats if you don't already, in particular fats like coconut oil and MCT oil that are high in medium chain triglycerides, or MCTs. That can be especially help you when to get you more satiated and full. Whether it's carb cheating by nibbling guiltily on some treats here and there, or taking too many hidden carbs on board, just be vigilant here. Checking the nutritional labels on food is a smart move. Number two, too many calories, or believe it or not, too few. Although counting calories is not what intermittent fasting is all about, and in fact, I always say in all my programs that I despise counting calories, but if your calorie deficit is too extreme in either direction, this can impede weight loss and cause weight gain. A calorie deficit will drive weight loss, and not all calories are created equal, as we know. Since fat has more than double the calories of protein and carbs, make sure your fat intake is within the recommended levels. Regardless of how much you cut back on your carbs, if you're eating far too many calories for your needs, weight loss is likely to suffer. Not getting enough calories is also detrimental to weight loss. If your calorie deficit is too pronounced, your metabolism will slow down. Your body will respond to flagging energy levels by trying to conserve itself. Unless your fat stores can cover that deficit, you might start losing lean mass, plundering by your body for energy. Restricting your calorie intake too severely can also lead to cortisol production and stress, both known causes of weight gain. There's no fixed answer to the right calorie intake. You need to consider your age, weight, height, the amount you exercise, and your overall goals will come into play when you're trying to figure out your calorie intake goals. If you're not achieving your weight loss goals, it pays to become more aware of how many calories you're taking on board. Not everyone tracks their food intake on intermittent fasting, but it can help. I always say to just be calorie aware or calorie conscious. If it's calorie counting is something that you're willing to do, then I would just do it for your own personal knowledge. Next up, we have too much protein. Protein is a core part of any healthy diet, and you want to maintain lean muscle mass while you're losing weight because lean muscle mass is metabolically active tissue. And what is the number one fat burning tissue in your body? You guessed it, your lean muscle tissue. That said, you need to strike a delicate balance with this protein macro. While eating too little protein can provoke hunger and cause your energy levels to dip, eating too much protein on fasting could inhibit weight loss. Eating more protein than you need for muscle could prevent ketosis if that's your goal too, due to the metabolic process known as gluconeogenesis. This is when your body converts a surplus of protein into glycogen. Your body then uses that for energy instead of burning fat. With ketosis, you want your body using fat for fuel instead, so make sure you don't overdo the protein or you might end up seeing your weight loss stall. So now we have too much fat as another potential reason. While eating good sources of fat are not harmful and essential for your body in optimal quantities, it's quite common to consume too much fat, which obviously will impact your weight loss goals. If you're loading up on the cheese, adding copious amounts of butter to every dish, lading coconut oil in your coffee and cooking with a ton of it, and indulging in bacon for breakfast every meal, well, that's likely to inhibit your fat loss goals. Calories still make a difference for weight loss, as we mentioned, even though not all calories are created equal. The quality of those calories is also super important. Overeating fats, especially in pure forms rather than in foods like fatty steak and fish, is just overloading your body with too many calories. The calories in many pure processed fats don't add essential nutrients like vitamins and minerals. They just add calories in the form of fats, even though they're healthy. So don't be afraid of fats or radically alter your macros, but definitely be aware that you can have too much of a good thing. Next, we have overeating nuts, dairy, or fruit. I suggest people for the most part skip dairy, especially if you notice digestive distress, like milk, cream, and cheese, for at least the first month or so on intermittent fasting or carb cycling or keto for that matter. Initially, this enables you to determine if you're sensitive to the lactose or casein in dairy products. Eliminating dairy can also help with weight loss, while overeating dairy products has the opposite effect. If you are sensitive to dairy, this can cause extra inflammation in the body. And remember, if your body is dealing with inflammation and dis-ease, it's going to have a harder time of losing weight because it's going to choose to address those issues first. Much like eating too many nuts, the issue here is that you'll, not necessarily that you'll stop ketosis, it's just the calorie-dense nature of these types of foods that could be causing issues. Buying shelled nuts is one way to discourage yourself from gorging. Sidestep nut mixes with dried fruit too. Definitely want to avoid those. With fruit, you'll get plenty of fiber and nutrients, but far too many simple sugars like fructose. These are known to contribute to weight gain. Definitely eat fruit in moderation. And finally, we have too many low-carb treats and snacks. Overindulgence on low-carb snacks can derail ketosis and cause issues on intermittent fasting. This can lead to rash food choices and overeating. Most low-carb treats are high in artificial sugars too. At the same time, they are usually low in nutrients and vitamins and minerals. These artificial sweeteners, including low-calorie sugar alcohols, can provoke cravings for the wrong foods, resulting in weight gain. Whether you angle toward nuts or dairy, pancakes or breakfast muffins, these snacks are easy to overeat. Choose your snacks wisely and don't think of them as a regular fixture on your intermittent fasting diet. Number 7, we have undiagnosed underlying health issues. If things are not progressing as you'd hoped on the intermittent fasting diet, perhaps you have a thyroid or adrenal problems you're not aware of. Getting a blood or saliva test can help determine this. It is imperative to take action if you have hypothyroidism so you can ensure you're getting enough carbs. Other underlying flashpoints such as food sensitivities or blood sugar issues can lead to inflammation and in turn, possible weight gain. Number 8, being close to your weight loss goal. As you edge in toward your optimum weight, losing fat becomes progressively tougher. This is just a known thing. The more weight you lose, the more your metabolic rate drops too. As this happens, you'll need to naturally fewer calories to sustain your basic metabolic requirements. While I mentioned that calorie counting is not the purpose of the intermittent fasting diet, recalculating your caloric needs as you near your weight loss is a wise move. You should celebrate this achievement rather than getting worked up, as stress can also cause its own problems with weight loss. Speaking of stress, too much stress can be an issue if you're trying to lose weight. Don't underestimate the role of stress if your weight loss is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Stress causes the body to produce cortisol. This hormone is responsible for storing visceral fat around your tummy. Obviously, this accumulation of abdominal fat is less than ideal. There's also a link between stress and hypothyroidism. This can affect your metabolic rate and in turn cause weight gain rather than the weight loss you're after. Attack your stressors head on and it will help keep those unwanted pounds at bay. Lack of sleep will make you hungrier and prone to more cravings. Inadequate sleep will also disrupt your hormones. This makes it harder for you to regulate your blood sugar levels. Next, we have too much exercise or not enough. For many, even just adding in 30 minutes of walking per day can jumpstart your weight loss. Assess the amount of exercise you're doing if you're starting to notice a weight loss plateau. Again, getting the balance right here is key. Overtraining can also be damaging to weight loss, as not getting enough exercise is similarly to not eating too few calories or too many. Excessive cardio training will undoubtedly help you burn calories, but it can also stimulate your appetite. Repetitive training of this nature will have your body crying out for more food, which runs counter to your goals. Overdoing cardio too can boost that cortisol, which we talked about, that can lead to inflammation, which makes it harder to lose weight. Save time and accelerate your weight loss by considering high-intensity metabolic training. Short bursts of bodyweight exercise can help burn fat more efficiently than a lengthy stint on the treadmill. And finally, number 12, we have not giving your body enough time to heal. This is a big one that a lot of people neglect, as they are just focused on the food and the exercise and just watching the scale or the measurements. Most of us want fast weight loss. We want fast everything. We want fast money. We are an instant gratification society. Intermittent fasting can help many people lose weight quickly, but it's not a magic pill. Even if you're not overeating dairy and nuts, even if you're sleeping and exercising well, it can sometimes take a bit more time to lose weight. So be patient. Take a diet break if you feel that would help. Go easy on yourself. By cutting back on energy restriction, a calorie deficit brings about, your metabolism will compensate. The result is more sustainable weight loss. Remember, it's not just about weight loss. Reflect on whether you just feel better on intermittent fasting or any diet for that matter. I'm assuming that you're interested in fasting or trying to figure out if you're on this video, but I'm a proponent of, if you look at my videos, I talk about keto, carb cycling, intermittent fasting, metabolism type diets. But there is one consistent thing throughout it all, is that I like to focus, no matter what, on health-focused fat loss. While most people start intermittent fasting to lose weight, intermittent fasting is a fantastic tool for more than just weight loss. It can help get rid of lingering issues like digestive problems, mental fog, and improve your overall mood and energy. That's why it's important to focus on how you feel rather than just watching the scale. Consider these simple questions you can ask yourself. Do you feel more energetic? Are you able to concentrate better? Has your digestion improved? Do you get fewer cravings? Are you less dependent on sugar in particular and eating in general? Do you have an improved mood overall? If you're finding improvements in any of these areas, then the diet that you're on is working. The above areas will give you a better quality of life while boosting your health long term. And if you're not losing as much weight as you'd like, highlight the likely problem using the things we discussed in this video, and by making subtle and effective changes and watching those habits to turning them into more fat burning rather than fat storing. Thanks for watching this video. I would appreciate it if you hit like and subscribe to my channel. As a free gift for watching, click the link in the first comment and you can download my 24-hour metabolism reset guide and 10 hormone balancing drinks that I put together. It's absolutely free. Just tell me where to send it. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.